Thanks, Mark. Hi, everyone. In October, we shared with you the future state organizational design with these 5 building blocks. It was and still is our blueprint for evolving our current structure, which is very functionally focused, into an organizational structure that makes it easier for us to support a seamless customer experience from end to end. An organizational evolution like this one is ambitious and will take more than a year to fully implement. But today, at about 4 months in, I am excited to share with you some of the progress that's been made and what you'll see coming up next. If you remember, each of the 5 building blocks represents a new department. Our first building block is customer advocacy. This department is our key to building the strong, lasting relationships with the customer. These teams are customer champions who help them to navigate their journey and ensure that each interaction is a remarkable experience. Our second building block is customer transitions. These teams welcome new customers on board with us. They build trust and confidence in VCI. They ensure that the beginning and end of the journey is a seamless and curated experience for customers and dealers alike. Because just like a great vacation or a fantastic meal, the beginning and end are what make our experiences memorable and remarkable. Next is insights and transformation, the department that will continue driving us forward. These teams will use customer insights and look to new technology and trends to help us adapt and maintain a mindset of innovation. Now, back in October, when you first saw these building blocks, insights and transformation were actually listed as 2 separate departments. But after further analysis and exploration, we realized that given their close alignment and future focused work, these teams could actually be even more effective together. That's why you see the link between them today. Within insights and innovation, we will identify new opportunities, even products and services based on customer data, and pivot from a cost-focused to a value-driven organization. The final building block, and one that is closest to my heart, is performance management. Given the magnitude of change required to deliver on the mission of SCT, quite a lot of consideration was given to the order of operation to reorganize our teams. In anticipation that we will need to partner in new ways to better meet future challenges, there was a need to launch the performance management team as the first building block. In the performance management department, we will steer the support teams that are responsible for training, quality, knowledge management, business compliance, business solutions, vendor performance, and workforce optimization. Each of these teams has at the core of its mission a critical role to support our internal customers so that they can effectively support our external customers. By establishing this team first, it will provide the rest of the organization a firm foundation on which to continue establishing the building blocks. I would venture to guess that in the last few months you may have asked yourself why this process is taking so long. I want to take you back to the image of the cruise ship that was associated with SCT early on. If you've ever been on a cruise ship or even a smaller boat at some point, you know how changing direction must typically happen slowly. Moving too quickly will almost always guarantee a poor outcome. In order to ensure the smoothest transition possible, the SCT program will launch each department over a series of steps to smooth out the transition. The first step is establishing the proper organization structure. A lot of care and attention is given to examining the purpose and objective of each new team. Time is taken by leadership to align on the purpose the team must serve, and consideration is given to how the team can be structured in such a way that its most important resources, people, can be put to their highest and greatest use. After the high-level organization structure is designed, a leader is identified to support the new team. As a new leader in a new department, I can share with you my personal experience. I want to do a good job and to be thoughtful about how I onboard members of the new team, which means that I've had to do a lot of listening, analyzing, and processing. This analysis leads to the next step of identifying the specific skills, capabilities, and roles that the new department requires. With clarity around the team's purpose and roles comes the next task of identifying team members to join the organization. This process is probably the most critical to success and also a very complex one. Care must be taken to ensure that team members have the opportunity to understand what will be required of them should they accept the opportunity to transition to a new team. And team members must be identified and transitioned in sequence. Leaders first, and then team members second, to ensure that each person is well supported upon transition. So if at times it seems that the process is slow, please understand it's an intention and not an accident. By proceeding in a thoughtful and careful way, we are reducing the probability that we tip the ship. This is not to say that changing directions on a ship of this size won't be without discomfort, but we are far more likely to achieve success if we're deliberate and methodical. I personally am pretty impatient, so I know that waiting can be hard. If you're still left wondering how you can help, I would say there are some things you can do right now to prepare yourself for the organization's transformation. Please use this time before the organization changes to do the inner work of thinking about your personal career journey. What course are you on? Is your personal ship pointed in the right direction? Do you enjoy what you're doing? Do you know what problems you like to solve? Do you know what you're better at doing than anyone else? Do you think that your leader knows? I personally find myself doing the inner work when I'm washing dishes or doing the laundry or starting my day. Take some time to get clear about the skills that you have and the skills you may need after you transition to a new building block. Giving thought to how the organization will transform and to how your own work might transform is what I think of as the inner work. If you're looking for additional ways to get ready for the organization's transformation, I would ask you to make sure that your own work is documented. What projects are you working on? What ideas have you had about things that might make the customer experience smoother? What knacks and tricks have you established to do your work? Make sure that your work is well documented. This will help us to ensure that nothing critical is lost during our transition. Even though we're doing our very best to ensure that nothing is missed, your notes, conversations with your leader, and your process documents will go a long way toward that end. I would also urge you to remember that the work you're doing today is mission critical. Whether you're on the front line supporting our customers or supporting a process or a system that supports someone on the front line, it's also very important. So stay focused and don't be distracted. If you have questions or feedback, provide it to your leader and in the various SCT surveys, because all of it is being considered. Thank you for being willing to take this journey with us. Thank you for all of your hard work each day, and thank you in advance for all of the hard work yet to come. Mark,